Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Another month of semen retention, and so much has happened, man. So much has been going on with these upgrades and updates, and the equinox, the solar eclipse this month. I mean, the buck moon. Everything is in astrological alignment, especially with semen retention. Everything has been falling naturally into place. And I'm so aware now and so attuned of all these frequency changes and the terrains that I'm currently governing, supervising, managing, at work and on my data and on the day-to-day basis of how I just operate, so to speak. And it's funny because I've been diving deep into these topics with AI, and it's kind of explaining everything that I'm already going through right now, becoming a frequency operator, so to speak, wherever I'm at, wherever I am like grounded and anchored, I become a master of that terrain. I know the patterns. I know everything that's, gonna happen before others even know. Kind of like that premonition. I can feel things before they happen. I can read the spiritual dates, and it's funny how it all just operates according to how I see it and the patterns that I observe. And on that note too, right now where I work, I'm currently a security supervisor at a site that I work at. And it's funny, I work at in an office building with like law firms and really, really high-end people, who operate on optics and titles. And it's funny now because as you do semen retention, titles and optics just fade away. You can see through the masks. And not only that, you realize that titles don't matter. It's whoever has the strongest, most potent sexual energy, retained and disciplined, that commands the room. And I've been noticing that a lot now. I can walk into a room and shift the dynamics entirely with just my presence. And anywhere I go, really, I can change the frequency and I become the standard, so to speak, just naturally by the work that I'm doing on myself, how I'm channeling and transmuting my energy. It's just amazing how that happens. And not only that, I notice that I'm also awakening people too as I walk, in these terrains, as I walk in my day-to-day life. And even at work, I've been awakening lawyers there where, men and women, I'll walk by them, they'll walk by me, and then their energy, they gets ignited, and it's just funny how that happens because it does awaken them in some way, shape, or form. And, they got to face themselves, they got to face what it is, the optics, the masks that they've been putting on. And only if they face those masks and face those wounds will they actually be able to overcome and also become their own god or goddess in their own way, shape, or form. And so it's actually really cool being able to ignite people wherever I go. And of course, you still got weirdos who just like to, circle around you, test you, because I realize that with this energy, you're becoming sovereign. You need to be able to stand in your own lane, in your own ground without being moved. And so that's something you got to be able to pass every single test that comes your way until it just becomes second nature and you're sovereign 24/7. But that only happens if you go through the test, you continue to retain and keep it moving. So this is my quick summary for this month. Hopefully this helps you out in some way, shape, or form. I'm just sharing my journey here with you guys, and let's see where it continues. So, sending you guys lots of love. Talk to you later. Peace.